to the Gentry.
The baby
Already awful.
Cut.
Try again.
Okay. Take 2. Second verse. Same as the first.
Hello, you heroes, villains, and innocent bystanders. Welcome to another episode of the Gentry Comic Book Club.
You could say that more enthusiastic, you know.
I'm always enthusiastic. I feel like I'm blending in though. Like I feel like I should be like camouflaged.
You're just another Yahoo now.
We got to read. It was my pick, so we read Birthright, the first trade, which was 1 through 5. Kind of the premise of the book is a boy is playing with his father in the like kind of catch, and he gets.
Well, wait a minute. What?
Whoa,
Look what we talking about.
Jesus, crying out loud! You guys are a bunch of perverts. Lay off the internet.
You're the one that said it.
I did not even take it there.
You said
He's like
it.
playing catch with his father. Oh my god! And he gets lost in the woods where he ends up disappearing. They cut to a couple years later where the dad and the mom have divorced, and his older brother has kind of like taken over this role in the family.
Was it like
and
10 years?
And no, it was 1 year.
yeah, it wasn't that far.
It was 1 year.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And so then
And everybody suspected that the dad
Yeah.
had killed the
Right.
So the
kid.
mom and dad's relationship failed and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden this person they have to go down to the police station to see this person that's claiming to be their son. And when they get there, it's this like 30-year-old person that's like rippled muscles and huge like flowing hair, giant beard, and all this armor and
Macho Man
Yeah.
Randy Savage. Type.
yeah. Snap it to Slim Jim. And
Don't ever say that again.
he
sir.
says that he is. Oh, wait, I'm going to do it at the end. So then at he claims to be their child from another world, and so like they hilarity ensues.
Whoa. He claims to be their child. He has been on another world.
There you go.
Okay.
Thank you. So hilarity ensues. He finds out, like he tells him that he's on the quest for to stop this evil wizard. They come to find
Wizards.
out.
Wizards.
Right, but this book just has the one.
Right, but
Right.
Yeah, but he has he's on a mission to stop this. No, it's
There's
just
a-
one wizard.
there's
It's just the one.
There's a big
guy.
bad guy.
Yeah, the
Yeah, it's a
bad
big
guy.
bad
He's
guy.
there to
And then
stop
there's
him.
5 lieutenants.
And
Yeah,
the
there's
way to
5
stop
wizards.
him is he has to kill the 5 wizards on Earth.
Right.
So that's, and then you find out that he's actually has this demon inside of him, or this piece of the big bad, the villain. He's got a piece of him inside of him,
you know, like
not
it was-
perverted.
Like it was a corruption of some
Yeah.
sort.
Well,
And-
that he was supposedly defeated the big bad, and then you find out the big bad defeated him.
Yes.
And then
Mhm.
he's really not
Maybe.
Yeah.
the
So he's
savior.
really there, yeah,
He's
yeah.
really an agent provocateur.
He
So
may
he's a
have
double
actually
agent.
Let the corruption take him.
Yes.
As opposed to the corruption actually taking him. He may have just let it take him.
Well, in order for the corruption to actually do, you have to accept it.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And so then he finds the first wizard in this book and fights him. And it was, I mean, like, this was my pick, so I may be a little bit biased, but I really enjoyed it. Like, I thought the story was kind of fresh. Not completely original, but I thought, like, it was a really great take on it. I really liked all the characters. I thought the characters were really well done. I really liked the art. The art was amazing. Some of the visuals in there, like when he's possessed by the demon, when he's fighting the wizard, when he's like even just being in the other world. What was the guy that took care of him when he was a child? He's
Rook.
like Rook. When he you know his look, he's like this giant orc guy, and he's got this little child, and all the kids with wings are really cool. Like, I just really liked the world building in this book. I really liked the premise of it, and I just thought I really enjoyed it.
I would have liked a little more world building. I was a little confused about the other worlds.
So the more
I
you
wanted
The more
I
you
wanted
read, the
more.
more you get.
Yeah.
Which is good, but I wanted more faster.
well, you
But,
have 5
um,
issues. Like
yeah.
that's a lot.
Man.
As somebody that's actually finished the complete series, because they actually have completed it, it's done. Like they are no more. I mean, like they finished the story. They it gets really intricate. Like even like some of the characters and stuff like that.
Yeah, I can tell he has a child with someone from over there.
But at the end of
yeah.
this book, the wife or his wife shows up with
Yeah.
pregnant from the other
Yeah.
world. But so What about you, Terry? What'd you think?
I thought it was okay. I mean, I liked the art really well. I thought the story at first I thought the father was too accepting. That he was his son. I thought he accepted it too fast. Same with the brother. I thought it moved a little too fast, and like James, I kind of wanted a little bit more depth into the story of him telling his story, I guess. So probably, I think the first 5 issues really isn't enough to really get into it. I think it's just sort of a start.
Well, not if you're wanting
first
all
5
that.
issues?
Like, yeah, I mean, it's the first 5 issues.
Yeah,
Like, he's setting up.
I'm saying I think I would need probably maybe another 6 to really get into it.
Yeah.
So the first 5 really didn't. Yeah, I thought it was interesting enough to maybe read the next 6.
Yeah.
But I didn't get enough
But if
out
you're
of the first
expecting
5.
to have War and Peace in 5 issues,
I'm not expecting War and Peace, but
and then
I
you're
just need a
severely
little more.
disappointed. So I mean,
He
the
didn't
5
say that.
issues
He
is
just said
just
that he
is
wanted-
enough to give you a taste. Of
I get what you're
more.
saying, but I think as I guess it's different. I have a different view because I've completed the series. So a lot of that stuff, a lot of those things are all answered
Right.
for me. Like I feel like I don't have that kind of same premise. And then after rereading them, I really like the fact that they kind of went in fast because they are trying to get you. They get you to the character. They show you the characters. They show you what's going on, and they show you the thing behind the scenes. Now the actual like once you get into the series again, like it gets even more intricate, and there's a lot of twists and turns and stuff like that you find out as you go along, as they bring in more stuff about the other wizards and how that all is working, and the brother gets really intricate, and as far as like the dad and the brother, I didn't think his kid's gone, and like he like to latch onto that like hope that is his child. I don't think that would be like, I mean I don't think it's too far fetched to be like, I mean.
And I could see, because everybody thought the dad killed the son. The dad knew for a fact he did not kill the son.
Yeah.
So he was,
Knew he was
everybody
alive.
else figured the son was gone. Dad's like, he's not, I didn't kill him. So this could be, and also it was a chance for redemption. It's like, see, I told you.
Well, and you can look at the guy and he can see his eyes. He could see, even though he's older, he could see things that he could recognize in his son. That's why he was accepting of it.
But he also wanted it so bad that
Right.
it might
Really,
have.
yeah.
And the brother,
If he-
I mean, he knew stuff
To
that
not
the
be
brother would
guilty to
know.
also, yeah.
Right.
And as far as like the little brother, I mean, like children accept things way quicker, anyways. Just
Mhm.
I mean, like on
Adults are like, no, that's
Yeah,
impossible.
they're
and
more jaded
kids
and
are like,
skeptical.
well, anything's possible.
yeah. I mean, why not? There's magic.
And I said I wanted more world building, but as I think about it, it makes sense that the people in our world found out about things as he told them about it. So we're kind of in their shoes of
Right.
not knowing things about this other world until
Yeah.
he tells more of the story. So
Right.
it's
So you're kind of going along the ride of the dad and the brother
Yeah.
and the
I
mom.
don't.
And that's kind of how
That's
it is
not
throughout
my.
the series.
It's not my favorite, but
Right.
I understand the storytelling.
And I mean,
behind
there's not
it.
going to be. I don't think there's going to be enough. You couldn't build a whole world in 5 issues. Like it's
No.
that's kind of difficult. But that's the reason I think I liked it, was because it didn't. Like Terry said, it made me, when I read it originally, it really made me wait for the next book. I couldn't wait. I was like, okay, I want to see what's going to happen next. I want to see what's going to happen next. And it really did have a really good. It really went really neatly.
I thought it was a little funny when they went for the final battle. It's like, we gotta sneak up on this guy. We gotta sneak up on this guy. We gotta sneak up on this guy. Plot, plot, plot. Ah! And then the battle ensues.
Yes.
And then somehow they win because he gets the sword to him just in time. But
What'd you think, Dal?
I read it like you when it first came out, and I read up through, I think it went what, 30 issues?
50.
50?
Mhm.
I think I read up to 20. And reading it on a monthly basis, it's not all rush.
Yeah.
But reading it as a trade in the trade, yeah, it's going to be that way.
Yeah.
But I really enjoyed it when I read it before.
I actually read all this whole series in trade because I would always download them right before I would take a flight, and I would read them. I would get through as many books as I could on a flight. I think when I went to Minnesota last time, I think I ended up reading like 3 trades in a row because it was just like between the 2 flights back and forth.
They're really fast reads.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
it's
are
really fast.
And I like the writer.
I don't think you need that 20 minutes you were asking for.
Yeah. You could have read the whole series in that
like
20
some of the other
minutes.
stuff he's written, and I think he's taking over.
But see, I think that's
Batman?
because of the fact that, like, I feel like he doesn't, like you said, like, I can see where you guys want the world building, but he doesn't. He gives you enough to get you through the story, so that you know where the premise of that stuff is all coming from. And that's how that whole book. I mean, like, the whole series is like that. Like, they reveal slowly. They reveal things that as needed, and as you come into contact with the different things, like how. Like, they don't, like, obviously he didn't talk about all 5 of the wizards at once. He just talked about the one that he had, and so...
Well, he didn't really know much about the other ones anyway, because he only had really notes on the first wizard.
Right. You couldn't find out he does. So, like, he knows all of them.
Well, in the first 5 books, that's what you know.
Yeah.
He knows only so much.
Exactly. So, I mean, like, there's... The things as they go along is really neat. So, what did you think about the art?
Yeah, I like the art. I like the depth of the colors. It had sort of a mid-tone to
Was
it.
the magenta the magenta and the periwinkle bright enough for you?
Yes. Like the little blood demon that are the mind thing that he has on him that's like gets stuck inside of him. It's super fucking creepy.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's just like, ugh. So ooey gooey.
I liked the art. I didn't love the art.
I feel bad for the bear though. Still sad about the grizzly. That kind of hurt.
It's always something.
He subdues the bear. He's all nice to the bear. The bear's just laying there. Kills the bear.
I feel like he did have like a lot of He-Man syndrome, where like that sword was like twice the size of him, on fire, shooting spells and stuff. It was crazy. But I also like the transformation. I thought it was kind of fun how they went from this little boy. Because they almost make him like have this ginormous head and this itty bitty body, and then like
it's kind of like the Greek hero, the hero's progression story. You know that overcome the hero's journey basically.
I thought this would be a really good TV series. I think this would be a really good like HBO series. Would be kind of fun.
Yeah, it's any series though. It almost has to be done by HBO or Showtime or something like that, because ABC, NBC, and CBS they can't do squat.
Well, and they wouldn't have you couldn't have a budget like that.
Yeah,
access for something like that.
They wouldn't want to. They probably just wouldn't want to spend the money. They would make another sitcom.
Yeah, for sure. Another drama about a cop, or a 911 operator, or a fireman, or an ER person,
or a doctor,
The IMSA tech.
The IMSA tech. Oh, James, you're in. Sold, man.
Hacker on side.
Yes.
Yeah.
Solving crimes. With your plucky cast of characters.
No, the twist is he's causing the crime. Nobody knows it.
James.
There you go.
I'm
See?
so disappointed.
He's causing the crimes and sending people out to solve them.
So it's kind of like Dexter, you know? He's got them all
he does it well. Yeah, he does it for good reason. What'd you think about the art, Dal?
I like the art.
So later on in the series, they changed artists, and it has a little bit different kind of feel to it. And they have a lot of like bigger expanse, like.
Well, about when did it change? For some reason, when you first said that, I was thinking, I didn't see any change in the first 5.
It's like issue 10 or 12, somewhere in there. Yeah.
And that guy's a little bit more of a like this one. I feel like is a little bit closer to realistic looking, and the second guy kind of gets a little more cartoonish-ish.
And fantasy.
Like there's a lot more heavy lines and different things that I think like. It gets a little crazy, but he does these huge like panoramic art pieces that are just insane, of like the other world, or it'll be like there'll be a huge battle that they're fighting, and it's just this huge like spreads of these ginormous panels, and it's insane, like the amount of detail that goes into some of that art.
Was anybody? I mean, I understood the mother. I mean, I liked that she wasn't as accepting as everybody else, but she was really annoying at the same time. Was anybody else annoyed with the mother?
A little bit.
I think she served her purpose. Where like you said, it kind of did ground a little bit in reality.
She
like
was
a
the doubting
skeptic.
Thomas of the whole,
Yeah, you had to have. I think.
Well,
you had to have
and then
that
she
kind of-
was, how come I always had to be the bad parent? And I hate whiners like that.
Yeah, but I think she served her purpose because, like you said, if they were all accepting, I think it would be a little bit. You would be way more like, wow, why is everybody all of a sudden? And so, I think she.
But I guarantee she has asked to talk to the manager at least once this week.
I also think that she was the only one of them that actually semi moved on. Like, I feel like the boy, the son, and the father were always stuck
accepted
against
I think the
each other.
son wanted to move on, but was stuck
with his
with
father.
the father,
Yeah.
trying to help him out.
And then the mom was the one that was actually, she was progressing to a moving on point, and I think that makes a difference too when you're at that kind of situation. So I think she played a role, but no, I totally don't disagree with that.
I thought that her boyfriend being a cop was kind of convenient.
Yeah. And he
Not
actually,
a
like,
major
surprisingly, he
complaint.
doesn't play like a huge role later on. Like, they
He
bring him in
didn't really seem to
eventually,
play a
but
big role in
Yeah.
the first 5
Yeah.
issues. Really, he kind of just faded to the background. He was first kind of in the front, then he just kind of faded him out.
yeah.
So.
But I mean, like, I thought it was, like I said, like, I really enjoyed the book. I thought it was one that I read on the plane. I read the first 5 issues. All of a sudden, I was just like, oh my god! I came in and I was like, Kenny, put me down for the book. It's like I'm in for the long haul.
Yep.
But so on a scale of 1 to 5, not colors,
I made one mistake.
and we will never let you live it down.
Oh, I know.
You're
Believe
welcome.
me, I'm a little sick of them, but that's okay.
About a 3.5, 3.25 with a maroon.
Okay, with the it's teal blue. I would definitely like this. For me, I definitely think this was a 5 out of 5. I enjoyed the characters. I enjoyed the premise. I liked the magic. I liked the all the little creatures that he comes up with. I liked the art. I really enjoyed this book. It was one that and at the time that I started reading it, it was kind of fresh from all the other stuff that I had been reading, because I tend to gravitate to the more superhero, Captain America, Avengers kind of thing, Justice League, and this was kind of a superhero kind of thing, but it was more fantasy that I think that
Definitely.
so it was, for me, it was a lot of fresher idea at that time, and I really liked that. So I would give it a 5 out of 5 for myself.
I'll give it the umbrella shape from Squid Game. No, I'd give it about a 3, maybe a 3.5. I liked it. I didn't love it, but it was a good read. I'll probably go read some more. I don't know if I'd make it all 50 issues, but
We only got
Yeah, you
45
did.
more.
I'd to see where it goes. I'd have to read. Like I said, I'll probably read some more as well and see where that gets me. Maybe the next, 12-ish, up to maybe issue 12, and then see if I want to continue from there.
Go ahead. I'll let you.
No, I wasn't go. I wouldn't finish.
Right.
You didn't have a shape or a color for yours, did you?
No.
You
No.
still don't.
I know the assignment. I stuck to the assignment.
I agree. I'd give it about a 4.5 to a 5. And just what I remember reading and what I've read of it.
I am. So I have to say, later on with some of the stuff that happens, like with the other wizards that he finds out, it really gets really intriguing, and a lot of the magic stuff that they bring into and the fantasy elements get really kind of more immersed into that world. It's kind of cool, especially when it's kind of set in this. They don't ever not set it back in reality, so they have a point where it's just kind of they're trying to keep it from reality, but there's this hard
And
kind of push and pull.
Doesn't it kind of start bleeding over into the
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah.
So it's kind of neat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
what would be completely off the subject? But
Wait a
like
minute, you're down?
Wait a minute.
a book like this, but like he goes to kill the wizard, and it really isn't a wizard, that he's just crazy and just kills some old man on his porch. That'd be a good twist.
Yeah, I kind of actually, as I was reading it, I was thinking that, what if all this is just in his head?
Yeah.
Yeah.
he goes to fight this guy and he turns into the wizard and the trees
And his dad
attack
actually
him and
bonked him
stuff.
on the head with
Yeah,
a
yeah.
baseball. He's been in coma all this time.
Yeah.
The dreamscape, they're gonna Dallas it.
Yeah.
Dallas. So that would be our ratings. That would be our views. We
So
would love
average
to...
would be about a 5.
As a
Four,
whole, as a
four.
whole, it got a pretty good rating. I think.
Yeah.
I think you may, like me and James have said, you may have to read a little bit more before you make a real decision if you want to try to carry on to the final 50
Also,
issues.
if fantasy's not your genre, it may
Sure.
not be as enticing.
Right.
But like I said, for me, like it was definitely came at a time where I think the fantasy element really kind of fed into my...
It kind of started. We get that fantasy element kind of got started getting kicked off again in
Yeah.
comics.
Yeah. So I definitely think
When did this come out?
It wasn't that long
10?
ago. Yeah.
2014, maybe.
Yeah, I think it's closer to 14. Because if they did 50 issues, 12 issues. So that'd be probably 4 years, 5 years.
Yeah, 2014
Okay.
October.
Yeah.
So just finished up not too long ago.
Yeah,
No,
we finished
it
up not too long
yeah.
ago.
There's a couple hiatuses, I think, with COVID and all that other stuff. That
Well, they took breaks too.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a good little. But
At the end of
Which,
the story arc.
which is probably a good thing to help a story along, to take some breaks and then go back and relook at your work and say, was this really
Yeah.
the direction we want?
so, I think next pick is James. Did you ever decide? I know you were in turmoil.
Now, what is your first pick? Let's not go in my secondary pick, my tertiary pick. What's your first prime pick?
My
Would
first
you like a drum
pick.
roll?
Your only pick.
Everybody,
No,
if,
we can't do
if
that.
everybody groans, oh God, I hated that.
Not gonna do that.
Is it
No.
Coda 2 or something like that? Or
No.
It's
So
Cobra.
my first,
Cobra, yeah,
Cobra.
Cobra 2.
my initial pick, subject to groaning,
Oh,
is
God, spit it out.
Seven Soldiers of Victory by Grant Morrison.
Okay.
Has anybody read it?
Now wait a minute. Are we reading,
I think I
are we
read,
reading this the
I don't remember.
1 and 2, or are we reading 1 and then every?
So
There was
there,
the main series.
there's
wasn't it?
a
Only 2
Wiki.
issues.
There's on Wikipedia they separated it into 4 trades,
Mm-hmm.
and it
We gotta
tells
fill time.
what the
Jal, quick, make up time. Do dance. Distract them.
No,
Oh God,
wait.
stop. Nobody needs to see
Okay.
that.
collected edition.
Oh, you're gonna see it when you get married. I'm dancing that way.
Oh, you're going to Las
So-
You
Vegas?
going to Vegas?
Yep.
So trade 1 was Seven Soldiers 0, Shining Knight 1 and 2, Guardian 1 and 2, Zatanna 1 and 2, and Clarion 1.
Okay.
Now the ones that I have in digital format is like trade 1 and 2.
Okay. So
But-
what do you want us to read? Let's get back to this conversation.
Seven Soldiers 0, Shining Knight 1 and 2, Guardian 1 and 2, Zatanna 1 and 2, and Clarion 1.
So we're
Okay.
just reading the first trade.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes.
Read more if you like, but that's all I'll subject.
So I'm gonna say it.
And there's
now.
only 2. Is there 2 books or is there 3?
So there's
There was
2.
4 trades.
There was. There's the bookend book.
Yeah.
Seven Soldiers 0 starts it out. 1 ends it, and then there's several
Tie-in,
4-issue
yeah,
miniseries that tie into it.
Okay.
And so I'm gonna say it now. We're not gonna have a whole lot of world building in one trade, Terry. Okay.
Has anybody read this?
I did a long
I
time
read a
ago.
long
don't-
time
yeah,
ago.
I couldn't
I
tell
read
you what it was
the
about.
0.
Okay.
I remember, didn't it bring in the new? I remember the female. She was the silver with the,
Bulleteer?
yeah, the
Bulleteer,
bulleteer. I think you brought her in there,
And I
and
think it brought Shiloh
It
in,
was.
too.
What I read about it was Morrison was like, you can't do that much with Batman. You can't do that much with Superman. One, you can't change him that much.
Yeah.
But he said these were C-level people that really weren't that established, and if he radically changed them, nobody was gonna get their
Well,
knickers
his
in a
Mr.
twist.
Miracle that comes up, he introduces Shiloh, the Jewish Mr. Miracle, I believe, in this.
Okay.
So,
I have not read it. I just, when I was trying to
I think we
decide what to read, I was like, here's something that I've wanted to read, that I've heard good things about, and so, because initially I was going to pick Hulk, the Crossroads Saga, and I went back and reread it, and it didn't hold up. So I didn't subject
Like
you
some part
guys
of
to that.
other recent picks. Yeah.
It's like, oh, that was, I remember that being
We were just talking about that
a
before you
lot.
came in, about how one of the guys,
Matt Howard,
Yeah.
yeah.
he was wanting to, we're like, yeah, they don't hold up as well as we'd like them to.
So,
All right.
and then I'll have the others that I had picked out for future picks.
Okay.
So you go.
Write them all down.
Go forget him.
All right. So next time we see you, we'll be going over first trade of the 7 Soldiers of Victory. But until that time, we hope you enjoyed
wait.
our. Oh.
Wait, what do you want him to do?
Oh, like, share, subscribe if you can. Or comment would be awesome if you think if there's a book that we should read, and we'd always love to see if there would be something that we'd
like to.
the brain trust here doesn't think of.
Or comment on what we have already read and tell us your opinions.
You're wrong!
Or if you want more of me dancing, hey, let us know.
Oh, please.
Or less of his dancing. Let us know.
For a $1 donation, there will be more dancing. For a $20 donation, there will be no more dancing.
GoFundMe down below. All right, until then, we hope you have a safe and happy life. Enjoy your holidays, and we'll see you back
Safe
next
and happy
month.
life.
Yes.
Live long and prosper.
Bye.